Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So, I did not do a crypto minute today. That's number one. I didn't do it because, it's holiday. I want to take it easy today and I have a lot of work to do on the workbook. In addition to that, I also have some really new ideas on what to add to the workbook. So, that's a lot. Then we have news that I actually wanted to go over. And that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. So when I look at the news, I'm sitting back and I'm saying, well, we got economic data yesterday. The economic data that we got yesterday was bad, but good. And you're probably asking, what do you mean bad but good? Well, the economic data was bad. So good morning, Bianca. So the economic data being bad means that Powell has a little bit more to go on with regard to the economy, and it gives him more reason to actually decrease the rates. So that's where it's headed at the moment. We'll see as more economic data comes through. You had jobs data come in, and that jobs data was, well, we created less jobs than we expected. $150,000 jobs versus 157 that was expected. Then you had unemployment go up, and I'm sitting back and I'm going, and unemployment only went up 4,000 more than expected, but it was enough to turn the market on its ear. Now you have to remember, yesterday, was more like a Friday. You sell on Fridays. Most people out there, most traders out there sell on Fridays. Bianca, was that you that voted? Yes, I'm all over it. We seem to be alone here, so you can ask me anything you want. Almost anything. Hey, just playing. So when you look at that opportunity, you're saying, "Oh wow, there's a lot that can go on there." So if Fed Chair Powell decides to lower the rates, obviously that'll do something to the market, and that'll actually give us a boost. That would most likely happen before elections, so that's something I'm paying attention to. Great, I'm glad you're all over it though. Definitely glad you're all over it. Now, when you made your investments, here's your homework. When you made your investments, wait a minute. Did you also count the money that you put to the side for dry powder? And if you know everything that you've done over the past year, I want to know how many wallets do you have? And do you track all of your wallets? And do you use custodial or non-custodial? So we can get into that. What's next? When I look at the 200-day moving average, well, Bitcoin's price just dropped below the 200-day moving average. That's a bearish signal. It's a very bearish signal. Do I think it's temporary? Yeah, I do think it's temporary. I absolutely think it's temporary. So right now, being at 57 and change, I'm sitting back and I'm saying to myself, we could do a little something with that. Who else is on? Because somebody else voted. Because I know you can't vote twice, Bianca. She probably signed up as Brian and also voted, sitting and lurking in the background. Just joking. So I'm paying attention to all that stuff. And what I'm saying is that, the other day I was thinking, oh man, everything's so low right now. It's still in the 60s. Java Conyers, what's up? First time on live. Welcome. I wasn't expecting to do a live today. I really wasn't expecting to do a live today, and I got up this morning and I said, you know what? I'm going to do a live just because I can. I'm thinking about loading some more coins. Everything is so low. I want you to pay attention to the number of coins that you're tracking and the sectors. Like, are you heavy in let's say, AI? Are you heavy in RWA? Are you heavy in supply chain? Are you heavy? You know what I mean? I want you to pay attention to where you're buying your coins, so that way you're not doubling down, tripling down in the same space. Because within a given space, you're going to have the top one or two coins. See what I mean? That's what I mean by doing your research and weighing things out and see what's going on. So Java Conyers, what do you do? Do you actually invest in crypto, or you're kind of thinking about it? Like, where are you at in your journey? Dying to know. I'm split between AI and RWA. Do you have Bitcoin? Do you have Ethereum? Do you have that kind of stuff? The reason why I'm asking all these questions is because obviously everybody knows I'm about to release an Excel workbook that will help you track everything offline. And somebody said, well, why would I want to track everything offline when all these tools are online and all that other good stuff? Some of us don't want to give that information away. Some of those online tools want you to connect your account to them so that they can, you know, track everything for you. They get a download from your wallet and blah, 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 blah. Our online version is not going to do that. You're still going to have to punch everything in. And the reason why is because it removes that link between you and the exchanges to keep you a little bit more protected, right? And yes, it's a little bit of pain in the tail to enter in everything that you want to enter in. But the benefit is that you'll know what's going on across your world, across your wallets. And I'll show you that in a minute. I have no Bitcoin. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. Why don't you have any Bitcoin? Why do you not have any Bitcoin? No, I'm not judging. No, I'm not judging. I'm asking. Some people, that's what they're doing. That's a part of their strategy. No issue with that. Because, I mean, I want you to think about this. My way of thinking in that space would be, well, Bitcoin's only going to go up, but so much. They're going to go up, a percentage, whereas some of these other coins are going to go up by multiples. And I will show you that math in a moment. Let me just get through the news and we'll go through it. Java Conyers, I also want to know something else. What are your pronouns? Name like Bianca. I'm being an idiot, but I think it's a woman. I think it's, hers, she, that kind of thing. And I could be wrong. And maybe, Bianca's a guy sitting in his living room, 300 pounds. Wait, huh? Wait, All jokes aside, I just like to know who I'm dealing with so I can refer to them properly. Trying to grow fast, I feel like the small coins can flip faster than Bitcoin. Okay, but so you haven't been on a live, so you probably haven't heard some of my comments about Bitcoin. Oh, Bianca. Oh, I can feel the pain right now. Wait. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know what? I only had one cup of coffee, people. I only had one cup of coffee. That hurt. That hurt. So my comments are, Bitcoin is not the same as other coins. It's not the same as other coins. You buy Bitcoin because of the value of Bitcoin. And not just the monetary value, but the value of what you can do with it, right? Bitcoin is one of the only coins, probably the only coin that you're going to be able to leverage the way you would leverage, let's say, your stock portfolio, right? The more money you make, the more money you have, the more money you can actually, the more in your portfolio, the more you can actually leverage your portfolio and start, doing things at a higher level. Most of us are not at that level, but I'm going to give you an example. Jeff Bezos doesn't get a paycheck, right? A lot of rich people don't get paychecks. They have huge portfolios. Like Jeff Bezos just sold another $5 billion worth of Amazon stock. Imagine. Anyway, if you have a big enough portfolio, you can go get a loan against your portfolio and then live off the loan. Hence, you're living off of debt. Then you go get another loan, pay off that loan, live off the rest of the money, and you keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Because you figure your portfolio is doing nothing but growing. At a certain point, that's all your portfolio is doing. And then you don't get a margin call or anything else like that because your portfolio is growing. And you settle on that. So a perfect example is Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy. They've done that before where they've said, well, here's the value of what we have. We want to get a loan so we can buy. And then you go and you take a look at that. And I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. There are like a couple of people on. So I wasn't expecting a lot of people to hop on. Not at all. Not at all, not at all, not at all. So when I look at, a coin like FET, right? Yeah, I think FET's going to do very well. I think Render will do very well. I think some, like you said, I think some of those smaller coins are going to do well. And I'll show you in a couple of minutes on my workbook that I'm working on how you can actually visualize that, how you can actually see that. Because I've been talking about it for a while, but now you'll actually be able to see it. Bianca, I have both custodial and non-custodial wallet. I use Coinbase and Crypto.com a lot. I have 8 wallets created, working on a hardware wallet, less than 10 coins in possession. Nice. Because that means your brain isn't split that much. Now I want you to do a further analysis. How many of your coins are within the same space? Remember I told you, I don't know if you recall, but months ago I was describing to you about how there are spaces out there, there are websites out there that will enable you to look at 2 coins, compare 2 coins, right? And I used to compare, back in the day, I used to compare Doge and SHIB all the time. Now I don't even bother. I just buy SHIB. But yeah, so how are you tracking all of your investment movements, sales, purchases, that kind of stuff? Good question, right? Then we have Shiba Inu releasing what's being called a comprehensive set of documentation for Shibarium. They're moving in a totally higher level now. So now what they're saying is, here's all the documentation you could possibly need to build a sidechain. That Shiba Inu team is moving in big scale. Something else that I was comparing is, I told you a couple of days ago that Circle got the first license as a stablecoin in the EU. And people are still talking like, well, Tether might wind up leaving the EU because of the laws. Those laws are going to be, one, hard to enforce, because Tether doesn't control what people do once they have their coin. That's one. 2, why would you want to kick Tether in the teeth when that crew is providing a service? And they're one of the most, back coins out there. So I'm just wondering how that's working in the EU's head. I think they look at Tether as something they can't control, and Circle being something they can, or express, or provide great influence over. That's what I'm thinking about. I get that. For me, pretty much paycheck to paycheck, I don't have much I can put in each week. No judge, but I'm going to say something, and I hope you don't take it the wrong way. Actually, I hope you do. I freaking love that. I love that way of thinking. When I was a kid, that's how I was taught, right? When I was a kid, I'm only making so much money. My mother would be like, put 50 cents to the side. Put 50 cents to the side. And you sit there and go, what the heck is 50 cents going to be? Just give me 2 quarters. And she would take the 2 quarters, drop it into a jar, drop it into a jar, drop it into a jar. Next thing you know, I've got a few dollars. That was my first lesson. So when you tell me I basically live paycheck to paycheck, I don't have a lot to put into it, what it tells me is that, 1, you're thinking in the future. 2, you care about your future. 3, you're looking to learn. And 4, you're actually implementing your strategy. 5, love it. Take that how you want to take it. Seriously, to me, that's a very big deal. Most people on the planet don't invest. Look that up. Most people on the planet do not invest. They think they don't have the means to invest. Look at smokers. I look at smokers all the time, and I'm just like, well, how much do you smoke? A pack a day? How much is a pack of cigarettes? Well, if you went down to, I don't know, half a pack a day and took that other half and put it into, a bank account, swept it over, how much money would you have after a week, after a month, after a year? That's money you could have invested. Buying those Air Jordans, some would say that's a good investment. I say it's not. It's stuff. Instead of buying those, a couple $100, drop that into something. Drop that into some kind of investment account. Crypto, real estate, stocks, bonds, options. Buy your way into a business. Don't care. Do something. From a little comes a lot. Like dead serious. From a little comes a lot. So yeah, no, that's freaking awesome. Majority, Oracles, Chainlink, Stellar, ETH, small amount of VeChain. I love VeChain. Jasmy. Ooh, Jasmy took it on the chin. Oh man. And Notcoin are on the list as well. I have Notcoin. Not happy with it at the moment, but I'm not mad about it either. I'm in sit back and wait mode. One of the reasons why everything took a hit is because, well, 1,400 Bitcoin being sold by Germany, not flippin' helpful. Additional news about how, certain wallets were created for Mt. Gox to start dispersing the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash holdings that they have to the creditors, also sent a chill down everybody's back. Apparently, you do have some whales that were dumping. I heard somebody call them lettuce hands. I'm like, no, they're paper hands. Come on, man. Lettuce hands. Come on, seriously. But you get the point. And I'm sitting back and I just say, for as much as you are selling, I wish I had enough money to buy it all. Here's something else that ticked me off. The United States government took about $14 million of Bitcoin that they had seized, and they maneuvered it to be sold. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, that's a disservice to the citizens, right? Because it's found money, why not just hold that Bitcoin? Why not just hold it? Why not just hold it? Sit there and let that Bitcoin marinate. You have no reason to sell it. It's found money. You confiscated it. Let it sit. Because if you let it sit and it goes up, rock stars. You sell it now, you'll get the money that it's worth now. But even that's dumb, because if you stop and think about, well, it was at 73,750 and you're selling down at 60? Bruh. You serious? Actually, right now it's at 57 and change. That's where you're going to sell? That's what you choose to do? Stop it. Stock. So far only... See, I have to hit that space because... SoFi, and it's been killing me. Yeah, you got to watch out for pin plays, right? Who do you think is going to go up? Who wins in an AI and crypto world? Think beyond NVIDIA. Start thinking about miners that are doing both, right? You have a couple of miners that are getting into the AI space. So who can win off those pin plays? Right? Everybody's thinking about the chips. Anybody thinking about who makes the cases? Who actually makes the computers? Who makes the racks? Who has the real estate space? See where I'm going with this? There are pin plays that you can start to do your research on what would help to drive that market forward. Because the more people get involved, the more data centers you're going to need. The more data centers you need, you have to think about, well, what technology we're using. Did you know that freaking Microsoft has data centers in the freaking ocean? Cray, right? Yep, but they do. Yo, TTV. Ooh, you're leveraging. Oh, yeah, nah, son. I am not messing around with leverage. You're a bold person. I am not messing around with leverage, period. Nope. To me, it's a good way to lose money. You might have a better handle on it than I do. I'm not messing around with leverage. It's dangerous. It's absolutely dangerous. Well, you say, of course they do, but technology is pretty sound. Waterproof, airtight. Get it? Cool, naturally cooled. That actually makes a lot of sense. Heat dissipates. Oh my gosh. That's freaking awesome. You bring it up every now and then for maintenance and drop it back down. Yeah, not mad about that. Not mad about that, like, at all. So I don't understand why people try to text me about work on a vacation day. I'm not going to pay attention to you, like, at all, like nothing. So when I look at that, I'm kind of like, okay. So Bianca, like, so how are you tracking everything? How are you tracking? I'm not worried about your stock stuff, right? That's tracked for you wherever you have everything, and you're not buying it off market or anything else. But so you have a way of tracking that. But for your crypto, how are you tracking all of that? Like, what's your tool to track all that? I know I'm cray cray. I'm absolutely cray cray. I still need that up. Let me bring this up. Actually, let me move this over here. Right. Bear with me. I'm just readjusting screens so I can share one of my screens with you guys. Why are you going? I have a question. Like, when you're playing with TTV, when you're playing with leverage, what's your thought process? And this is where you get to teach me something. Like, how do you decide what you're going to leverage and what amount of leverage you're going to use? Just in general, I'm not trying to get into your business. Sorry if you thought that, but I'm just trying to learn from your experience. So talk to a brother. I have a fake portfolio that I'm using to build the workbook. I hope you guys are on big screens, on computer screens, because if you're on a little mobile device, you're not necessarily going to see this. So Bianca, that means you are zero. You don't know what you're doing to track your coins, right? Yeah, but even if you're holding, you need to know what you're holding. Here, let me show you guys. I'm tired of talking about it. Let's get to it. So I created this fake list of, coins that I wanted to buy. Obviously, it's a fake list because look at Toncoin. You weren't buying Toncoin in 2021, so just saying. But I wanted to do it so you could see what's going on. So I come here, I select what coin I want. You start typing, and then it gives you, a lit from this list. If I can bring it up properly. The list is massive. It'll give you the list of coins that you can have, but you start typing and then it'll shorten the list and you'll see everything that's coming up. We then match the symbol, the coin ID, give you its rank. You then punch all of these in, and this is very simple stuff. The date of your purchase, the transaction, is it a buy or a sell? The wallet that you're using, your preferred wallet. Again, it's the same thing. For wallets, you can come in and you can say, well, there are tons of wallets you could be using. The exchange and dexes, same thing. There are tons of dexes that you could be using. The quantity that you're buying at, the purchase price, and then the fee that you had to pay to get all that, right? And then we give you the rest. Here's the overall cost of the purchase that you made, the cumulative sum, meaning we track that goal going all the way through. The investment, the actual dollar investment that you made. And then you start to see some of these numbers are duplicative, but some of these numbers actually start to roll with you, right? And you start to see, well, how much is that? Then you have the quote for that particular coin, the all-time high percentage, like what percentage down or up are you from the all-time high, the all-time high dollar amount compared to where you were for the quote. Right? So the quote right now for Toncoin is 718, or was this morning 718, and then you were at 825 as a high, right? Then you have a recovery factor that you can see, and the recovery factor is the X. So you ever hear somebody say, oh, well, I think that coin is going to go 4X. I think that coin is going to go 2X. Joaquin, what's up? I got Bitcoin Jones. I'm laughing because I've got the same. But your recovery factor is going to be that X. You hear everybody talking about it. Oh, I think this coin can go 4X. I think this coin can go 2X. This will tell you that X factor to get back to its all-time high. So if you're at Polygon, you buy Polygon right now, you're almost at 5x just to get back to its all-time high. And then you have to do your research on whether or not, and I think this is a great start for you to do your research. You do your research on whether or not you think that particular coin is going to reach its all-time high again. See where I'm going? So now you can actually see, well, I've got almost a 5x on this if I buy this coin. Scoot on down. Who's this? That's Kronos. I don't think so. Kronos, to get back to its all-time high, is going to be 10x. Do I think it's going to go 10x? No, I don't. I could be wrong, right? But I don't think so. So I'm going to write that one off. You have your 24-hour moving numbers. You have your percentage. You have your dollar. That's great. That's always good to know. And then the value of your purchase since you purchased. So if you purchased last year, this is where you are right now. And then of course you should have a spot where you can drop some notes, right? So this is where I'm going with, what you can do. So when I show the winners and losers in the morning, I give you an abbreviated version of this where you can say, oh, let's see who I'm interested in. Arweave. Arweave took a hit. It's down 13%. It's all-time high. Change is 74%. To return to its all-time high, you're almost at a 3x, 2.79. That's what I'm talking about. This is the tool that I'm about to release. That's the tool I'm about to release. So, do you not like? I'm looking for that. TTV. So basically, you find a good zone where a good project will jump from. Okay. Now I understand what you're talking about. I'm 1 week new to leverage. Got you. Because I know how to do it. I'm just choosing not to do it. Crypto is not a sure game. Stocks are not a sure game. All that stuff. Owning a business is not a sure game. So for me, I'm looking at it in terms of, Bianca, you need it. Yes, I'm going to have it done. Like, this is the work that I'm working on. Remember last night I said I'm going to be working all day today? This is one of the things I'm working on. I want to get this out the door. Something else that this will show you is going to be the dashboard. So this, based off of that fake portfolio, it's going to show you, oh, wow, this is how much I invested. This is my profit and loss. This is my total value, 24-hour average. I'm down 7% over the past 24 hours. But since everything, I'm up 35%. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm the man. Then you come over to the charts and you start to realize I'm not the freaking man. I'm not the freaking man. You wonder why? Because you can see what your Bitcoin holdings are. I mean, not Bitcoin, but all your holdings, right? But then you can also go see, well, a ton is positive for me. That's awesome. But all of these are deep negative for me. This is deep negative for me. And then you sit back and you go, wait a minute. So Bitcoin is really up for me. So where did I make money? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 places where I'm above zero. But my whole thing, this whole portfolio is being buoyed by Toncoin and Bitcoin. So you see how much research you can do just by looking at your own numbers? This is what I'm about to put out there. Stages of grief. Stop it. Don't make me laugh on camera. That's actually real funny. But you see how much you're able to get, how much you're able to see. And I'm going to be adding a couple more charts, based on your all-time highs, all-time lows, right? I'm trying to be as helpful as possible. So do you think this is worth it? Do you think this is something I should be selling? This is actually something that I use. So I have my version, because if you notice, this one's a branded version. This is what we're doing. So let me know what you think. In the comments, let me know what you think. But yeah, this is the information that you're getting. So you get your purchase sheet, and remember, this is everything that you're punching in. Everything in light blue you're punching in. Everything in gray is calculated for you. This is the data that you get, and this is from your own data, right? So you're literally data mining your own stuff. So you get the purchase page, you get the dashboard page, you get your charts, and again, just re-showing you everything that's here again, in terms of where you really are. So you get that analysis right in front of you. Because the dashboard does one thing. The dashboard takes and aggregates everything. I should walk through this. My bad. Let me walk through this. So these are all of your purchases, all the coins that you actually have, right? Consolidated. And the good thing about this consolidation, I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you, Java. Thank you, Bianca. The reason why this is so powerful, while this particular page is so powerful, is because it's going to tell you, what your average strike price is, right? It's going to tell you, out of all the purchases that you made. So you bought Toncoin. Your average strike price for this portfolio is $5.84. That means you bought a little higher, you bought a little bit lower, and the aggregate number is $5.84. So if you're at that price, anything above that number, obviously you're making money. You're in the positive. Good place to be. So you start to realize, oh, wow, this is actually really good information for me as I continue to do my own research. So you have your strike price, and I'll probably add, the whole, factor in right there. So you get a factor number here, right? And that'll help you. These are the finesses that I'm putting in right now. You also get, if you're not paying attention, just looking to see what my doggy's doing. If you're paying attention, you can actually see, well, what's your profit and loss, since I'm up 22.95%, so almost 23%. The TT, I forgot what this acronym was, but it's how much money you have in total, basically, in that space. I have to look that up. I might actually take that out because I don't know that everybody's going to understand that, because I also forget, with all the money, not all the money, all the information I'm giving you. But here's something I really want to show you. It tells you how much you have, and it totals up to 100%. So you've got 3% of this, 3% of your portfolio is this, right? 12% of your portfolio is that, 80% of your portfolio is that. But here's the kicker. What I should do is I should add another one right here that says, well, that's the percentage of your portfolio, your overall portfolio. But I should also give you the percentage up and down. That might actually be helpful too. I'm wondering, or am I overdoing it? You know what I mean? Like, there's a certain amount of information you should have, and there's a certain amount of information you're kind of like, that's too much. So at what point do I say that's too much? That's kind of above. And then there is a whole bunch of other stuff that we can do online that we can't do in Excel, just because Excel's not built for that. So imagine all of this sitting in a powerful database online that you can actually leverage. That's kind of where we're going right now. That's kind of where we're going. So hopefully I can knock this out today. I mean, technically I could probably kick it out the door right now. Never too much, might be another person's angle. You know what, Java, that's true. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. Sean, I'm glad you're on. I actually wanted to show this to you. But here's the deal, because I was reading. Sorry, I had that long pause. I could actually kick this out the door right now, as it is. It's more than what most people have, like way more. But now I'm kind of like, well, I should probably do this. Sean, I have a question for you. You see this right here, and you see these numbers going straight across, right? TVPL. Do you happen to remember what that stands for again? 24-hour TVPL. Total value. I'm at a loss, so if you could help me out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Let me read what Bianca said. This is going to make things so much simpler to visualize, just like with some bank accounts that show you all your stats. This is going to be a great tool. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to go for. Is create a tool that's incredibly useful, that gives you what you need for how you think, gives you a little bit more total value locked. So I should change that to TVL. Is that what you're thinking? Let me see. 24-hour day. This times my coin balance. Oh. Total value. Imagine selling that to exchanges. Exchanges have all this data for you, right? Well, no, let me rephrase. Pause, pull back. Exchanges have all of this data for you for what you've done on their exchange. So at the beginning of this, I asked you guys, well, how many wallets do you have? How many coins do you have? Are your wallets custodial or non-custodial? See what I mean? So if you're like me, the reason why I built this is because the bulk of my digital assets are held in non-custodial accounts, meaning I control them. So here's what happens. I on-ramp my money. Where does it go? It's going to wherever I'm about to make the transaction, or it's going into the first step of my transaction. So look at it like this. Here's a simple one. I want to buy more Bitcoin. I send my money up to Coinbase. I buy the Bitcoin. Now I have my Bitcoin. Great. Then I take that Bitcoin. I send it to one of my wallets. So how many sets of fees am I paying? I invest 500 at the beginning. By the time it gets over here, I'm at like 578, 580. See what I mean? So my total fees are going to be $22 in a normal transaction, as of if I did that right now. So when I look at this, I'm kind of like, I have to do that for everything that I do, right? I could be moving my coin from one wallet to another. It's not the same that I reach in my pocket, I whip out my wallet, because I bought a new wallet and I'm putting it over here. It's not like that. I've got to actually transfer to that. I'm paying another fee. So all those fees adds up. So people don't realize that when I go about doing something, I'm looking for, a way that I can make money off of my transaction, right? So I can minimize the hit that I'm getting from fees. Sometimes I break even. Sometimes I come out lower. Sometimes I come out ahead. But that's what I'm paying attention to. So when I went to go buy Stacks was difficult. So I had to onboard my money, right? After I onboarded my money, TTV, don't delete your, you can delete your messages, but don't delete your messages. That was really great. That was really helpful. That was a great idea. I'm just explaining to you how it's not necessarily going to work if you're using more than one exchange, if you're using non-custodial wallets. That's where this was born. It was a great idea. Don't get me wrong. A lot of these exchanges give you something like this, but they don't give you the whole gamut. You still have to download your data and then go do something like this on your own when you're starting to do your own research. This is how I'm doing my research. Part of my research, my numbers research. Sean, so what do you think about this? Let me just go through it again because I know you signed on. I don't know if you signed on late. You chatted late, so I don't know if you saw everything. So you have your purchase page. You're entering in everything in the light blue. Everything grayed out is calculated for you or gotten for you, right? We reach out to CoinGecko and we go get it. Then you have your dashboard. That's obviously going to tell you where you are. Then you get your charts. That tells you where you are again. And then where what your holdings are visually, right? And then where you are over here. And it's not easy to present to a tax professional. That's true. This is very easy to present to a tax professional. This is very easy to present to a tax professional. Somebody asked me if I'm going to do first in, first out. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going through first in, first out. I'm not going to go through all that. Let my tax professional figure that out for me, because they can see. They have all the dates. They have everything. They can go do that way faster than I ever could. Being able to see the whole picture. Exactly. That's what I'm going for. So you get your charts. right? I'm like I said, I'm going to add a couple of charts to this because I think they're really good. So you get your numbers of here, yeah, here again, right? And the reason why is because now you're getting a visualization of where you are, and you're like, holy moly, I'm not as good as I thought. I'm up 35%, but look at all the losses that I'm taking. And then that might spur you on to say, well, maybe I need to make some moves, or is it just a market timing thing, things like that. TTV, because I have like 8 coins on Coinbase and keeping track is hard. Yeah, man. It's no joke. It really is no joke. So let me go back to this for Sean. Then you have your winners and losers, and again, you're getting, all of this data, little bit shorter, and the winners and losers are based on the top 250 coins out there, right? The top 250 coins, and here are the top 25 losers, here are the top 25 winners. And then you can, kind of figure it out on your own about what else is going on, right? And then everything over here is just supporting documentation for what you're doing. And that's it. Like the category pivot, I don't use it, so I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to put it in there. But those are your main pages: the purchases, the dashboard, the charts, the winners, losers. That's it. Those are really the pages that you're really getting. These pages over here, like I said, those are the pages that you're getting normally. Sean, this will be good for you. So let's suppose I introduce a new coin. The last part that I have to program is the very last part is, so great, I have this. Then you come over to your dashboard. I entered in a new coin that isn't here right now. I've got to now enter in a new row based on that new entry. And that's what I've got to show. Question: are you keeping track of your capital gains and losses for your taxes? Well, I guess that's the question. Don't you see that here in this list? Right? What are your gains and losses? Because I could actually not even list on your dashboard. I can see here are all the coins that I have, and here's all the money I've made or lost. You know what I mean? What my profit is up or down per coin. And then this one obviously gives you all of that detail. This is where the aggregation comes from. So I would think that this is enough information that my person would be able to say, here's how much money I've put in. So let's go to the dashboard. Here's how much money I've put in. Here's my profit and loss across the board. And then here's the total value of everything I have. So as a tax professional, what else do you need from me? That would be my question, is what else would they need? Hit the space. I agree, TTV. Between all of the fees, I don't know what I've paid just buying crypto on Coinbase. Yeah. So Sean, that's a really good question. So what's your thought? With all the data that I'm giving you, this is everything about my purchase. So I go out today, let me click here. So I go out today and I buy Toncoin. Great. I bought some Toncoin. Here's the quantity that I bought. Here's the purchase price that I bought. So on the dashboard, are these when you sold? No, this is when you've sold. Buy, sell. So these were all for this particular, because obviously this is a fake portfolio, but for everything that I've done, you've got the buy and sell right there. Oh, that's right. Because what you're seeing is at the top, you only see buy, buy, buy. I got you. Yeah. So buy, you deposited more money, right? Maybe you're literally just taking some dollars and putting it into USDC so you can stake it for that 5% that they're giving you, right? Or you're selling, and this is what you're actually withdrawing. So when I say deposit, I'm onboarding money. I'm onboarding fiat. When I say withdrawal, I'm actually off ramping fiat. I feel like a winner now because Sean says I'm perfect. For those of you that do not know, Sean is a numbers geek. He's in the accounting field. No, Sean, I'm not going to say what you do. If you say what you do, that's fine. But, but Sean knows his numbers. So for me, I'm like, that's great. So now you see everything that I've done over time. Question, just out of curiosity, how much is crypto taxed in the United States? Bro, you're asking way too many questions for me. I used to know that number off the top of my head. It's treated a lot like stocks. You made an investment, you made money off that investment, you're going to get taxed on that investment. So you're going to get hit with capital gains in some cases, which I think is 28%, and then it diminishes from there, I think. In Canada, it's 50%. In Canada, it's 50% if they know about it. In the United States, it's X percentage if they know about it. This right here gives me the ability to say, hey, I'm being front and honest with what I'm doing. Because I look at things like this. If I'm making, this is sticking to my chest. If I'm making money, right? I taught my son this because he's a businessman like me. If you have to pay higher taxes, you're making money. Now, if you're making money and you have to pay higher taxes, you need to get with a really good accountant and start looking up, are you making enough money to take this tax benefit? Because at different levels, you get to take a tax benefit, and that's a very big deal. Joaquin, spreadsheet looks great. Tried doing one myself, but I thought it was more important to invest that time into getting deeper knowledge of the crypto world, hence why I'm here. Dude, thank you. So it's the reason why I'm laughing is because the way you worded that, it made me read that whole thing to get to this buried statement and said, that's why I'm here. I greatly appreciate that, man. I greatly appreciate that. I'm going to tell you guys something else. You want to know what I appreciate? I appreciate the fact that we have this community that we can reach out to and say, hey, I don't know about leveraging. Let me go ask TTV. I don't know a lot about accounting. Let me go ask Sean. I don't know a lot about, in general, how to manage a business. Let me go ask Eddie. There are certain things that we're able to do as a community to kind of pool our resources and learn from each other and teach each other at the same time. That's what I'm loving right now. That's really what I'm loving right now. You want to hear something that's really crazy? I said last night, I'm probably going to work tomorrow. I'm probably going to hop on. I'm probably going to do a couple of things. And I sat there and I was like, man, you know what? I'm just going to go live. Skip it. Let's just go live with this. Let's just do it. And then here I am with a whole bunch of people that, except for Bianca, I don't get to see often. I don't get to converse with often because I'm on at a later time. I feel so happy right now. You guys are making my day. I will be honest. If I don't know, I will say so. Oh, dude, no, I appreciate that. Like, I didn't know. There are things I'm doing here. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this really cool tool. Hold on a second. So here's something else that happens. Do you see this CG My Bags? CG My Bags, this is actually the data just for the coins that you've purchased, right? This is just the data on the coins that you've purchased. Awesome. Then you go back and you say, great, that's the data of coins I've just purchased. Then you have, your CG categories list. These are all the categories of all the coins that are on, CoinGecko, right? Then over here, select the category. That's why you needed that categories list. I can say I'm interested in all layer 2s. It'll go out and it'll say, here's a chart for all of the layer 2s. Then you can also go back and you can say, well, I'm interested in, let's say, meme coins. Go all the way down to M if I'm fast enough to find it. I don't know how to read. There was a meme coin list. Oh, I put it at the top. So the most popular coins out there, I put toward the top. So here are your meme coins. So you can do further analysis of what's going on out there. Helpful? Not helpful? So, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, dude, Pencils down. Like later today, so I'm not going to be able to stay on for too much longer. But later today, one of my employees is going to call up, right? And he's going to be like, dude, he was tasked with telling me pencils down. Straight up. So his job is to tell the boss man, hey, dude, hey, you're getting on my nerves. Put the pencils down. Where are you at? Is it clean? Okay, done. We're going to sell this one. Done. Stop it. Because I will keep going. Sean, you can probably appreciate this. Once you get going on a spreadsheet, on a workbook, and you've got it doing what you want it to do, that's when you're like, oh, I'm with it now. Oh, yeah, that's going to happen. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm like, yeah, I want to make sure that I do this. So I'm trying to make sure that everything is really good. I thought I saw a problem with this one. Give me one moment so I can confirm if it's a problem. So there's nothing selected. Great. So I bought Toncoin, and oh, there it is, the open network. I was about to lose my poop because I thought that it didn't automatically add this. As soon as you add a purchase here, right? It's going to say, oh, is it within your list of coins? Oh, it's not. Let me update your list of coins. Boom. And so you're pulling straight from your list of coins. That's what we're doing. Like I said, the last one I have to work on is right here. If I buy it, so here's my list of coins. If I buy a new one and it's not in this list, I need to insert a new row to account for that new coin. So I've got to write a little bit of code to go do that. Once I do that, done. Otherwise, it's a manual thing where you would go here, you'd hit tab, it would insert a new thing, and you'd have to go through this, and you'd be like, okay, so what is it? It's not going to go grab this. I also have to color code this gray so that you don't have to punch that in. You would punch this in, or it would get that from over there, what's new, or you would tell it what's new, and you would go from there, right? And it's ongoing. It's just going to keep going. It's just going to keep going. And I thought about maybe I should add the dates. There are 2 dates that you're interested in. The first date is going to be the date of your first purchase. The second date that you're going to be interested in is the date of your last purchase. And the reason why is because now a tax professional will be able to take this workbook and say, great, give me everything for 2024. Give me everything for 2023. You see how that goes? Now I can really do some stuff. Yeah, see, Sean knows it. Sean knows. I get excited when I start a new project. Yep, me too. And always room for improvement. When you've taken a step back and let it sit and let your mind go off and do other things, you come back to it with fresh eyes. You're like, oh, I could do this. And you literally just heard me say, oh, I could have done this. I could do that. I could add a couple of dates to this. And the other part that I have to, be careful about is sometimes information can be overwhelming. And I have to pay attention to that too. So that's what I'm fighting with today. So I think the last code I'm going to work on today is inserting that new row, right? Because it'll be ongoing. Even if you take that particular coin down to 0, it's still going to say, well, you have this coin. Whether or not it's active doesn't matter. You still have this coin. You've done work with this coin before. So if you wanted to, you could say, well, I'm going to use this workbook for the next X amount of years, or I'm going to use it 1 per year. So every year I start new. But how can you do that if you're holding coins from last year? You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, yeah, some people are real heavy traders, and they would have rows, and like purchase page, they would have rows and rows and rows. I did it so that I would have enough rows so that I could actually, have enough data to play with, right? So that's what I did over here. So Anyway, that's enough of me on my soapbox, but yeah, I'm going to get this out the door. Absolutely. It'll get done no later than Monday, right? But I'm really looking to get this out the door this weekend. The only reason why I wouldn't get it out the door is because we're also in the midst of upgrading some of the features on the website. Like we have an email thing that has to happen, and we're in the middle of upgrading that. So right now, if you went to go sign up, like today, if you go sign up, we can see your sign up, but you might not be able to see your sign up because you didn't get a confirmation that you're signed in. So if you forgot your password, now you see where I'm going. So we want to make sure that that's actually working properly. And then this will be out, and then you'll be able to go buy things and all that other stuff. That's why I haven't gotten the class up. The class is ready to rock and roll. I could give the class today if I wanted to. I can give that class today if I felt like it. But I want to make sure that everything on the website is up and running, because one of the reasons why is because it's great having these chats while I'm live, right? When I'm not live, I don't get these chats. So when I pre-record a video, I just noticed that I had gone blank for a little bit. Sorry about that. But so my idea is, let's see if I can get everything going the way I want it going, have the team working on so much stuff, and then get this out the door. And then everybody be like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. And yes, I'm also, one of the other things that I have to work on is actually creating an audio book. So now you know everything that's on Eddie's plate. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm having fun. Hope you guys are having fun. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I really appreciate all of you showing up today. You have no idea how much that means to me. It means a hell of a lot. So if you have friends, invite them to the show, have them subscribe, have them hit the notification bell so that they know when I am going live. I mean, I had great participation today, and I did not make any announcement that I was going to go live. That is awesome. Anyway, every day, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day.